Shahram Yazdanmehr has family in Iran. He left the country in 1979. He's joined us now. Good day to you.
Good day, David.
Tell me about your family. Are you hearing from them at all?
Yes, I did hear from my niece yesterday morning after a few days of no information, blackout, and so on. So she contacted me and told me that she's safe, her family is safe, her parents, my sister and my brother-in-law are safe. Yeah, that's all she could tell me.
Where is she in the country?
They all live in Tehran. I have family all over Iran, but my sister, brother-in-law, and my two nieces and their children and family live all in Tehran.
That is a city where it seems not a single quarter has been spared, that there have been attacks, dozens, hundreds of them, frankly, in this 4-day-old war. Is your family giving you a sense of what life is for them right now?
Yes, it's extremely difficult. My niece was able to just communicate a few things to me, that the bombs are disturbing, falling near their homes and all over the city, and their children are hunkered down in the house. They're scared. They won't go out. And of course, nobody is going out. They're all in their homes. The situation is not that good at all. You can imagine that you're living in a war zone. And so there's no sleep, there's no rest. It's all worries.
It makes the idea of people trying to rise up against the regime seem that much more difficult, that you are exhausted and threatened by airstrikes that are happening all around you. I know that there is great debate about what would happen after, should the regime in fact disappear. But let's talk about the odds of that. Do you believe that attacks from the air, whether they last weeks, or months, or just days, that this will change who runs Iran?
I really can't comment on that. I'm not privy to the whole situation, but all I know is that it's not a very good situation for the people, for the citizens of Iran. They did everything they could by participating in elections, by protesting, by raising their voices, by raising their arms, and to no avail, that they were not successful in getting any democratic changes to the public, to the way of living, to the freedom that they wanted. And so it's very difficult to say, but they needed help. And so I don't know if this help that has come is the right way of dealing with it, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the next week or so.
Shahram, I want to ask you about just your own mindset there, how you deal with the fact that the supreme leader, who many wanted to see gone, is gone, but that he will likely be replaced by someone in his image. There is reason for hope in some ways for many Iranians, and yet at the same time, there is the reality of how hard the future will be. There's the reality of the attacks that are underway. How do you deal with that in your own mindset?
Very good question, David. There's a lot of feelings that come to mind. I left that country in 1979 in the middle of the revolution, and it's the regime is a very brutal regime, as everybody knows. In the past almost like 47 years, they have ruled with iron fist. and people have lived with it, and I haven't, but they have lived with it, and they're frustrated now because of the economic situation, because of their grievances not being heard, and so it's tough for me to say whether the new development is the right way for them or not. But at the same time, I know what they want. They want freedom the same way that we have it in the West. They want freedom of speech. They want freedom of movement. They want freedom of choice. And they have all been denied. And so that's a very tough thing to handle on a day-to-day basis.
Shahram Yazdanmehr, thank you very much for sharing a little bit of your insight with us.
Thank you, David, and I hope you stay safe in Israel.